Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to UG Capital Venture. I'm CJ. Before we get started, please ignore the WhatsApp scams in the comments. I will never ask you for your WhatsApp. I will never ask you for your crypto tokens or your crypto addresses or anything like that, okay? If you like this content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to join the community, hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any video uploads, all right? Now, let's get right to it. I want to talk to you all about Cardano. I want to talk to you about why Cardano gets the bad rep that it's been getting in the last 6 months or so. And I want to talk to you about how I see the Cardano story unraveling or unfolding through 2022, okay? I think this is going to be very interesting, not financial advice, but more an opinion for you to consider as you think about the whole crypto industry and Cardano, all right? So moving forward, let's actually share screen here. And let's look at the total market cap of the crypto industry. All right, so the crypto market. So if you look here right now, we're on roughly a 36% pullback. Okay, now in March or roughly May, sorry about that, in May we've seen a 52% pullback. I believe that that's still in the works. Possibly there's a possibility we can see that, and I'm not too opposed to that. Okay, I think it's a realistic possibility, and that's just the reality. Okay, not saying it's gonna happen, not trying to scare anyone. All right, but me as an investor, I like to see prices going down and innovation moving forward, technology moving forward, the adoption moving forward. Okay, and as we're on pullbacks, people start to run away and forget the reality that as prices drop and as technology and adoption goes forward, the opportunity becomes better and better, and you really should do the opposite and come and run to the investment as prices drop and things move forward. That's really what you want to do. Okay, so even though prices have been going down, we have to remember that in the last 12 months, we've seen the Crypto.com arena replace the Staples Center, okay? It's now called Crypto.com Arena. That's quite fascinating. We've seen the Miami Heat basketball stadium be called the FTX Arena, all right? We're seeing mass adoption in our faces. El Salvador accepts Bitcoin as a currency, okay? Major adoption. This is happening in our faces regardless of the pullbacks, all right? NFTs, every single artist, music artist you know has an NFT collection. Every single musician, every single painter has an NFT collection almost, okay? It is just mass adoption right in your face, okay? Now, I want to talk about Cardano, okay? So when we evaluate cryptocurrencies or blockchain ecosystems, we pretty much use a few metrics, okay? Most of the time, people will ask how many dApps are on that ecosystem, okay? What's your transactions per second? How many transactions do you do per day? How much development do you have on the ecosystem? And pretty much that's it, okay? And one thing about Cardano that I believe is always misunderstood is Cardano is really taking on very large objectives when it comes to blockchain technology, right? How do you actually unload an entire country and how do you be the financial fabric for an entire country's financial system? All right, very difficult problems. Probably things that your 1 year blockchain that developed everything in 1 year probably can't solve too easily, okay? So we start to forget the big picture when we analyze cryptocurrency, and we pretty much zone in on a few metrics, okay? And we say, forget all that good stuff that's happening. Forget all that major stuff that's happening behind the scenes. No one cares because no one can actually see that. So we're gonna go with what we can see. What we can see is dApps. What we can see is transactions per second. What we can see is we can see TVL, all right? These are the things we can see. So Cardano gets measured in this light, and it tends to get placed in or evaluated inappropriately compared to other actual ecosystems, which I believe is going to start to change, okay? So as you can see, 127 dApps are coming to the Cardano ecosystem. So though Cardano has been doing a lot of robust things, now we're starting to have some of the things that people actually look at and care about when they're evaluating these things, okay? That doesn't mean that we've been wasting our time. That just means we're solving a larger problem, I believe. And when you look into the ecosystem and you look at what's being developed, you can actually see it, but it's just now getting to where it resolves to actually being dApps, okay? So when you actually look at the ecosystem, you can see, wow, there are a lot of things coming. There are 127 dApps being worked on right now. Many of those are coming really soon. Okay, so you can see ADAX, the decentralized exchange, is literally coming in 20 days on January 30th. The date is literally here. Okay, you're gonna see Sundaeswap releasing pretty soon after that, if not before that, because they haven't given a specific date, but they're ready to release. Okay, they finished their runtime verification, their audit, and they're good to go. We're pretty much waiting on their green light. All right, so that's dApps. So now that's one thing ticked off, right? When it comes to evaluating Cardano, wow, we're seeing dApps. Wait, we can't complain about dApps not being on the ecosystem. All right, so now, oh, well, TVL. It doesn't have any TVL. I believe that Cardano, after it has dApps and has DEXs, you naturally see a correlation into TVL, okay? And once you actually have DeFi in place, all right? And we're gonna start to see this really soon. Okay, so if you look at Solana here, it has roughly $9 billion in TVL, total value locked. Now, if I compare that, I had a chart here, right here. So as you can see, Solana has the most staked assets right now at 86 billion. Cardano comes in second at 37 billion. And that's after the pullback. That's after these major pullbacks. Cardano was roughly near where Solana is now prior to all these pullbacks. So I believe as the money starts to flow back into Cardano, you'll naturally see more of a balance here, and you will naturally see more of a balance in TVL. Okay, and then that removes two things. That removes the narrative that Cardano has no dApps, and that removes the narrative that Cardano has no TVL. And then you start to wonder, as a person who's not invested in Cardano, you start to wonder, wait, why am I not invested in Cardano? Okay, because there are a lot of narratives being knocked out here, right? So then the next narrative might be Cardano is a ghost chain. It has no dApps. We've already knocked that one out, but Cardano has no development, right? But then you start to realize that Cardano had the most development in 2021. Come to find out, this is also true for 2022. I mean, this is also true for 2020. I'm sorry. So then it's like, wow, that's another narrative. This has the most development actually. And that's kind of like, okay, you can interpret this data in any way you want to, but regarding GitHub commit data, Cardano has the most. Okay, now that's three things knocked out. So, okay, so what else can you really, why am I not invested in Cardano? Okay, I believe this is how the narrative is going to unfold. People are going to say, man, we have dApps, TVL is going up because now they have DEXs and DeFi. And wow, I can't complain about development. It's at the top of the list on development. Well, where's the problem? Oh, it's slow. There it is. Low TPS. That's why. That's not good, because these other chains have so much, are so powerful. You know, this is barely faster than Binance, right? Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. We're just now beginning the Basho era, right? This is just now about to begin. And that's where this Cardano scaling comes into place. All right, we're literally going to see Hydra as early as this year, the Hydra scaling upgrade, and each Hydra head can do 1,000 transactions per second. Okay, theoretically, we're talking 1 million transactions per second. That's theoretically. In real life, okay, this can be much lower, but it's going to be way higher than the values we see as far as Cardano TPS. Okay, this is very important to remember. Okay, so as this narrative switches, TPS starts to not be the complaint, and TVL is not the complaint, and there's DeFi, and wow, there's DEXs, and then the narrative is literally switching in your face. Okay, you realize that Cardano has the second highest staked asset number, right? The second highest percentage of total assets staked, right? And the second largest amount, it has the second highest percentage staked, and the second largest amount staked. That's very good. Okay, so I believe that's how the narrative is going to unfold. Okay, I believe the Cardano ecosystem is going to thrive as all of these things play out. I believe the FUD will then start to move to another ecosystem, and you'll see that ecosystem get bashed. It'll go down 60-70%. Okay, people will complain about that one. People will start even praising Cardano. Oh my God, Cardano, I don't want to forget this point, because this is very important. Cardano is the most decentralized proof of stake blockchain. Okay, and when you think about onboarding an entire country, actually taking advantage of what true decentralization is, Cardano is built for it. It literally is. I'm not making this up. This isn't hype. This isn't a shield. This is a fact. okay? People don't argue this point because it's the truth, okay? The number of validators, 2,300 validators, probably more at this point, okay? Very, very important to remember. Very important to remember, okay? Because now that we're having having dApps, TVL, and we have the development and all these things, you have to remember that we still have these very large, huge use cases also. We're still the most in line to actually be the financial fabric for our entire countries, right? These use cases no one cares about because it's not NFTs, it's not DeFi, it's not gaming, until it does matter and until people do care about it. And then it's gonna be like, oh my God, this Cardano thing is large. This Cardano thing is a big deal, right? This Cardano thing is absolutely massive, okay? So I wanna talk about Sundaeswap for a quick second. Sundaeswap has completed audits, and I wanna point out something as far as something they mentioned on their Twitter and in their Medium article. They mentioned that they pretty much are describing how there's going to be they expect the launch to be slow, right? They expect there to be the system to get beat up, and they're not going to really be able to handle all of the throughput. And they're trying to break that down to everyone. And I just wanted to actually point out that I think what they're scared of is, let's just be honest, okay? Many ecosystems are failing when they get beat up badly. I don't want to FUD any other ecosystem, but we've seen many fail, okay? We've seen many dApps fail, many blockchains fail, okay? And all they're scared about, in my opinion, is they're scared of this very large amount of staked Cardano, how many Cardano users actually are ready to use the decentralized exchange. I think this thing, Sundaeswap, ADAX, are gonna get completely pummelated, beat up, destroyed with transactions, okay? And we've never had a actual ecosystem as large as Cardano release a dApp, their first decentralized exchange, just throw it out into the fire, okay? So this is gonna be an experiment, and I think they're just warning that, you know, things might be slow at first, right? But as the demand kind of tapers off, then things will look well, okay? You also wanna realize that they pointed out here that they also expect things to be faster as, let's see if I can find it, the script reference release comes out, okay? So pretty much right now how Cardano's made, when you make a Plutus script, okay, a Plutus smart contract, the whole contract is compiled and actually stored in a block with the actual contract code, okay? So with the script references, this won't be the case, okay? You can compile down your entire script, it'll be stored somewhere else, and you just have a reference to that script, and that'll make things way faster. The block sizes can be way smaller, and the transaction speeds can be way faster. So these are a lot of things that are actually in due process for Cardano that are just gonna make things way faster and actually make things more efficient. So as we roll out Sundaeswap, expect to see a bashing, expect some delays. This is normal, okay? Most other ecosystems tend to have a ramp up, okay? They have more and more and more users until they fail. I believe Cardano is just gonna get bashed. It's gonna be an insane amount of users hitting the applications at one moment, and it's just gonna be, you know, I think that's what they're warning about, okay? So I wouldn't really get too confused about that. I think we're gonna see that look more and more healthy as things move forward. And I'm really glad that they're being transparent about that. Even though many people don't care, they're saying, hey, just release it, we don't care. I think they're doing the right thing by warning about this inevitable problem that I was thinking about, so I really can appreciate that. Now, with that being said, let me know what you think about this content. Let me know about what you think. Let me know what you think about this perspective, okay? I've been up quite late. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I haven't slept because I'm trying to create things that are going to bring value to you all in the community. Okay, I'll announce some of that in the near future, but until then, let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know how I can keep bringing you value, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.